1 billion people are watching this match. That's more than Europe and North America combined.
All glued to the same sport, the same 90 minutes, the same game. But here's the wild part. Nobody invented football. It just evolved over thousands of years. From a stuffed animal bladder kicked around by Chinese soldiers to the most watched sport on planet Earth. This is the complete history of football, and by the end, you'll understand exactly how we got here. Let's go back, way back. Around 200 BC in ancient China, soldiers played a game called kuju. They kicked a ball through a small net. No hands. Sound familiar? That's basically football. The Japanese had their own version, the Greeks had one, the Romans had one. Humans across completely different civilizations with zero contact with each other all independently invented the same game, kicking a ball. There's something about it that just feels natural to us, but here's where it gets messy. For over 1,000 years, football was chaos. In medieval England, entire villages played against each other. No rules, no referees, no field boundaries. Just an entire town chasing a ball through the streets. People got seriously hurt. Some towns banned it. The King of England banned it. Multiple times. It didn't matter. People kept playing. Fast forward to the 1800s, football starts getting organized. But the problem is, every school, every city, every club has different rules. Some allow carrying the ball, some allow tripping, some allow literally punching the other players. So, in 1863, a group of men sat down in a pub in London, a pub which is very on brand for England, and wrote the first official rules of football. No hands, no carrying the ball, just feet. That meeting is where modern football was born, and that organization they formed, the Football Association. That's why it's called soccer in America. It comes from association, shortened to soccer. So next time someone says soccer is an American word, tell them the English invented it. Now here's what nobody talks about. Once the rules existed, football exploded, not slowly, fast. Within a few decades, it had spread across Europe, South America, Africa. Why? British workers and sailors carried it everywhere they went. They'd travel to a new country, kick a ball around on their lunch break, and locals would watch, then copy, then obsess. Football didn't need marketing. It spread like a virus. By 1900, football clubs were forming everywhere, and by 1904, FIFA was created, the organization that would eventually run the whole show. Fédération Internationale de Football Association. Say that 5 times fast. They had 7 founding members. Today, 211 countries are FIFA members. That's actually more than the United Nations. More countries care about FIFA than global diplomacy. Think about that. Then came the World Cup. The first FIFA World Cup happened in 1930 in Uruguay. 13 teams showed up. No European giants like Germany or England. They refused to travel that far. Uruguay won it on home soil. The trophy was literally a golden goddess carrying a globe. And the prize money? Nothing. Bragging rights only. Compare that to today. The 2026 World Cup, happening right now across the USA, Canada, and Mexico, features 48 teams. The prize pool? Over $1 billion. From $0 to $1 billion in under a century. In between, the sport produced moments that are basically myths at this point. Brazil winning 5 World Cups and becoming the only nation to never miss a single tournament. Diego Maradona, a kid from a slum in Argentina, becoming so good that in 1986 he scored what's called the goal of the century and also the Hand of God goal in the same match. One the greatest piece of skill ever seen, the other cheating with his hand, both iconic, both him. Then Pelé, a 17-year-old kid winning the World Cup in 1958, crying on the shoulder of a teammate after the final whistle, too young to even process what he'd just done. He went on to score over 1,200 goals in his career. Some people still debate who the greatest player of all time is. Most people just say Pelé and move on. And then came Messi and Ronaldo, 2 players who spent 15 years being so good so consistently that they basically broke our ability to rank footballers normally. Everything became, but is he better than Messi or Ronaldo? And in 2022, Messi finally got his World Cup, arguably the greatest final ever played, going to a penalty shootout and giving Argentina their first title in 36 years. The entire country lost its mind. Literally, millions of people flooded the streets of Buenos Aires at 2 a.m. That's what football does. It's not just a sport. It's a shared emotional experience on a scale nothing else matches. Here's what makes it uniquely powerful. You don't need money to play it. You don't need equipment. You don't need electricity or a proper field. You just need a ball, or honestly, anything roughly round. That's why football became the world's game. Rich countries play it. Poor countries play it. Cold countries, hot countries, tiny islands with 50,000 people. They all have a national team. They all have a story. Over 3,500 years of human civilization, we kept coming back to the same idea. Kick a ball, score a goal, celebrate like nothing else matters, and somehow that simple concept became the biggest thing on Earth. If football was new to you before this video, welcome. You just learned more history than most fans ever bother to look up. If you want to go deeper, the tactics, the greatest tournaments, the players that changed everything, hit subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.